Let's do this.
Did you miss that, Sam?
I did. I missed the music.
What episode are we on, Sam?
I don't know. I haven't been here in a while.
35?
45. Welcome to Happy Hour.
Episode 45 of Happy Hour. Can you believe that?
That's a lot. I don't even know the last one I was on. I feel like it was 20s, definitely 30s
30s for sure.
at the latest. But yeah, it's been a while. I've been busy. I had a free minute, so figured I'd come say hello.
Sam Baker. Oh, no.
He's back.
He's back.
He's back.
He's persistent, man. He never gives up. That's why she didn't want to take that phone call.
All right, let's jump right in. Cam.
Yeah,
What do
well,
we got?
welcome. Episode 45. Happy Friday. First week of March in the books. So I hope it was productive for you guys. We have had a killer first week. Sam, we've closed some deals this week, my guy.
Yeah.
Tell
We
us
had
about it.
We had a couple of deals that we walked away from. It's obviously the beginning of the month, and you want to keep things hot, keep things rolling. I think we finished with 13 new clients last month. Currently, thank you. We're currently looking at, I think, 9 right now that are onboarding here in the month of March. We're 1 week in. We got a new IT customer down in Brownsville, Texas.
Brownsville.
Yeah, we got a new solar customer in Chicago. And we got, actually, I had a digital marketing company that I pitched 2.5 years ago that called me, actually called the main line, got transferred over to me and was like, hey, Sam, do you remember me? And I'm like, who is this? And I don't even
usually
know.
the other way around.
Yeah, usually I remember everyone, but it's been two years. I looked, it was 2 years this month since I last emailed the guy.
Sam, can I tell you, I looked at that record too, and you called the hell out of that. You worked that record.
I work records all the time. I'm not
It
trying
was cool.
I'm not trying to beg guys to do it, but I do follow up with success just to show you it's undeniable proof that this works when done correctly. And I've been telling guys lately, it's the quality of the individual in this role. I don't care where you do it, but we have really good quality salespeople. So
absolutely.
That's why people work with us, because you get to choose that guy. And that was a deal you could say 2 years in the making.
Yes. Yeah, and so let me be clear. By calling the hell out of it, I don't mean he blew him up every day. There was just a progression of conversation that you could clearly tell from the notes. And so if you're a prospective client watching this, that is the exact process that we'll do for you. You know, our job is just to identify if they're a buyer or not, and then figure out when they're going to do it, and then stay in touch until they do.
Yeah, and the words out of his mouth where he goes, I told you that I would work with you one day.
Yep.
And today's that day.
Absolutely.
And I was like, great. That's where it's free deal. You know, when you're an IT client and you just give out contracts and then someone just randomly calls you 2 years later and says, hey, I'm ready to sign up. Is this contract still good? You're sitting there, having your morning coffee and you're like, oh my God. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Let's rock and roll,
That's awesome.
So 4 new clients this week. We had 2 others that we weren't able to accept. One, somebody was very serious about signing up for a market, and the market was taken. So had to decline it. One partner per market. I will not compete against you, nor any of us will. And then the other one had some terms in there. Unfortunately enough, there was another company that we all know, and they burned them pretty bad, and they needed a revenue guarantee. And I don't like to do revenue guarantees. I don't think any of us do. Sometimes there are exceptions, right? Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's sales reps don't want to work off of a revenue guarantee because now they're in your control. Yeah. You control your pricing. You 100%. Control whether or not people want to work with you. I mean, God, for God's sakes, you control whether or not you show up to the meeting. You could have a revenue guarantee and want to quit and just not go on meetings and not give out contracts. And you know what? My hands are tied. I can't do anything. So it's out of our control.
I think, if you're a prospective client looking at the amount of revenue that you need, at a certain benchmark, that's the goal you should be shooting for. Yeah. On the appointments. Yeah. It's you need to go close this amount of money. Yeah. That revenue guarantee is for you. It's not for us.
Right. We encourage clients to put in terms that protect them against underperformance, which they've probably gotten at another company or internally or whatever. I'm all for it. We make more money. Let's put some terms in, but they got to be objective. They got to be reasonable, and they got to be things that we can control. So we know what it takes to meet your expectations and exceed them, so I can continue working with you.
Absolutely. Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
We've been doing Really good work. I think the past couple of weeks, for those who have been watching, I mean, the initiative has been on show rate, right? And you got to wait for some of those old meetings to clear out of the calendar. Before you can backfill with some good ones, that are high quality. And the past couple of days, you've been pitching your pants off. So
and not everything's instant. I got an email back today from a guy that I talked to in mid-February. Emailed me and goes, "Hey, we're ready to roll. What are next steps?"
Let's go.
Sent him an email. I said, "Here's the link to get your agreement. Call me if you want my help filling it out. But your next step is to fill this out, and then I'll be in touch with next steps." So. Got some more deals in the hopper. I'd love to have one or two more by the end of the day, going to the weekend strong. There was actually another guy that booked a time. I was talking to you about this earlier. He got referred to us by somebody that I pitched last month on what we did. They're not even a current client.
They didn't even.
And he was like, "Yeah, I got your info from them." I'm like, who is that?
That's
Had to look it up. I'm like, oh, we don't even work with them. So it feels good when people that don't even use you are referring you to their friends.
Absolutely. That's our number one goal. Whether you're a BDR or SDR or account executive, is you want to leave the person you're talking to with, a first impression, A, that's good, but B, it's like they find you credible. They trust you enough to refer another person, even though they didn't decide to use us right away. I think they're still cooking, whatever. They're in the hopper, but that's one of the highest compliments you can receive. So you really good work.
Yeah.
Really good work.
And with that, we don't do auto renewals. Since I haven't been here in a while, I will say that all 4 of the renewals that were coming up in the month of February got those renewed. So guys want to stick around. So that always feels good too. We're working on a few more right now. I got actually one of them that's already looking at the agreement and going to resign. So
love that.
I'm on to it. I'm not waiting for the last month to do it either. So
boom.
If you're watching and you're a client, you will be getting about 90 days notice. So I know if I need to refill the market with someone else, if you plan on selling or whatever.
And renewals are a pretty big compliment too, not only to the company, but to the BDRs who are doing the work. They want to sign up and a lot of times waive terms for the whole next year. I know
how every renewal was in February. Some had terms and they switched and waived because they know the service now.
They trust us.
The rest of them that already had waived terms continued to do so.
That's awesome. Some of them adding full business growth as well.
So, yeah, we upgraded some clients to full business growth now that we offer digital marketing services. I mean, there's no better way to do it than to not pay for it up front.
Yep. So if it's been a while since you've checked in on us, check us out. We offer a newer variety of services, on the business growth side in addition to sales development. So, or just give Sam a call.
Just give me a call, 314-854-4660.
Love it. Well, cool. Well, we are going to transition over to our proposal and closed deal recap for the week. This is something that we'll probably add for prospective clients moving forward on our Friday episodes. So that way you've kind of got a one-stop shop of all the proposals and closed deals that we've done over a week's worth of time. So without further ado,
closed deals?
Ross Sifford. We're starting with proposals.
Okay.
Ross Sifford.
Crushing it.
No one better to start us off. He got 2 proposals out this week with Red Road Network, 639 MRR, 295 MRR.
And got a Google review of 5 stars. Chris at Red Road Networks absolutely loves Ross. And they've been together 90 days, just over now, and have closed over $4,000 a month. They've gotten another $50,000 or $60,000 worth of projects closed. And the other large one, do you want to read it off?
Oh, it's coming. I'm going through day by day.
Yeah.
Day by day. So this is just Tuesday, guys, for our IT clients. So also on Tuesday, Low Country Tech got a proposal out for 144 MRR with VoIP phones as well. That was Brandon Chun's first appointment he set up for them. Mark Drake on Wednesday, One Connection got out a proposal for 4,500 MRR, the 2,700 onboarding project, major cybersecurity issues. That looks like a done deal. Probably be moving over to the closed deal chat soon. Bob, also on Wednesday, Information Service Maine, got out a proposal for 1,900 MRR. Justin Carey on Wednesday got Safe Stores out proposal 2,500 MRR. And they were already asking for Justin's commission information to pay him on that. So it sounds
pretty good.
Very promising as well. Yesterday, John Scheffel got out a couple of proposals for his client Onyx Fire. $3,150 a month going out on one proposal. There's a second quote out for a $23,000 server project. And they already have an $18,000 project on the books for that company as well. Ryan Gridley yesterday for ClearLink got a proposal out for $7,614 MRR with a one-time startup fee of $3,900. CyberHusky, Mark Drake.
The CyberHusky deals are big. Sheesh, you might want to listen into these.
Buckle up, folks. CyberHusky got a proposal out yesterday for $22,500 MRR. They also got out a proposal yesterday for $11,600 MRR, combining with a $33,000 onboarding project with level 2 CMMC setup.
Yeah.
Holy smokes, Mark Drake.
That's a lot of commission.
A lot of commission. And he's got another one coming up here too. But first, Ross Sifford again today. Red Road Networks got out a proposal for $1,148 MRR with a $1,095 onboarding fee. Christian Wright and Flex Technology got out 2 proposals today, $765 MRR, one for $1,500 MRR. Mark Drake again, CyberHusky got 2 more proposals out today, one for $4,950 MRR, one for $1,200 MRR. Ross Sifford again, Red Road got out another proposal project for $101,850. There's a secondary proposal to upgrade to $144,532.
Yeah, and all of that coming with a 3 to 5 year MRR plan.
Yes.
Still waiting on those numbers, but I mean, as you can imagine, end of life cycle for hardware and equipment, that's a massive project.
Huge.
And then you get the recurring revenue after to boot. So Red Road Networks, obviously it makes sense when you see a Google review like his come in yesterday. They're crushing it. Absolutely crushing it.
Absolutely. And then to cap us off here today, Tanner, Neutron Engineering got out a proposal for $4,700 MRR. Yeah. It is unbelievable what these guys get done in the span of a week. And that's just for our IT folks. For our roofing folks.
Moving over to roofing.
Holy smokes. If you wind it all the way back
to Monday.
Yeah. You want to take those ones?
Yeah, let's do it. So Tecta, America company, roof services out in Virginia Beach, who shout out Rob Morgan and the boys. That took 15 months for them to finally say, hey, President's ready to go. Yep. We're ready now. His market was there. $197,000 re-roof quote went out on Monday. Additionally to that, they got out a small repair quote for $1,500 at another project on Tuesday. Then Wednesday, Blake.
Big boy.
Big Blake with Anti-Leak Roofing got out a proposal. It says roughly 1.5. It was about 1.6. You filmed that video today, right, Matt?
Yeah, check that out on our website.
1.6 what? 1,000?
1.6 million.
Holy smokes.
And that was a property that was like leaks everywhere. So that one would be, I don't know if you're counting up 5% of that at home. That's about $75,000 in commission. That could be life-changing money for a sales guy.
That's what these guys work for.
That's it.
That's it.
Like, that closes. Blake is going, it'll change his life.
He wants to go
houses,
get 5
cars.
more.
I mean, and now that's all he wants to do is get more, follow up with those guys, make sure it closes, because now it's his money.
It's all he's talking about.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And so continuing through Wednesday, Tecta Americo got out another coating quote for just shy of $200,000. I got the big boss Aaron calling me right now, so let me run through this next one. Bumble Roofing of Houston, $48,000. Here, we'll put Aaron on the pod. Hang on. Hey, Aaron, I know you couldn't join us. You're on speaker. You're on the pod with Cam and I.
You're on the pod. Okay, cool. Hey, you got a meeting coming up here at 3 with.
Yeah, at 4. It's 3:50.
At 4, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's 3 his time.
Yeah.
He called and mentioned he didn't know if it was Zoom or whatever. Anyway, long story short, give him a call on his cell phone.
Okay.
Ending in. I'll shoot you that number.
Okay.
To make it convenient, and then you can walk him through how to get onto Teams. Okay.
Yep. I'll handle it. No worries.
Sounds like he's not super familiar with it, so it would be nice to give him that handhold experience to make it really convenient.
Absolutely. That's what we're here for.
All right. I'll see you.
All right. Thank you.
Always good.
I got another meeting coming up, guys.
Always got meetings.
Wouldn't you know?
Always got
So
meetings.
let me get through these before it gets to be I have to head out of here. But so Dylan Mobley, absolute stellar month last month. I think he was our MVP for the first time. And it's because of jobs that he's been doing like this. Bumble Roofing in Houston got out a proposal for $48,000. Ryan Gridley yesterday got out 3 different proposals, all for the same client. One was for $21.45 a month, recurring revenue for his cleaning company in Boise. Another one for $11.45 a month. And then lastly, a one that was just shy of $600 a month at $595. And then today, United Projects out in New Mexico got out 2 more proposals totaling over $425,000. One for 308, one for 125, and then Emma with a proposal about an hour ago for Jan Pro, just over $12,000 a month at $12,445. So when you look at those numbers, contractors here get roughly 5 or more appointments every month. When you have numbers like that going out to each one of those, you can easily see where your ROI is. Now, not up to us to close them, right? But we are here to help you. And all it takes sometimes, if you look at some of these, I mean, one of those for a roofer, like Tech to America or United Projects, that covers the whole year. Usually 15 to 30% margins in the industry. That's it. And you're getting 5 or more of those every single month. It's a no-brainer.
I love that.
It works. So, lastly, we're going to closed deals.
Yeah, a couple of closed ones.
Closed ones.
I think we mixed in ones in there that we were pretty confident
there could be.
we're gonna close, but these couple here coming up are for sure that happened this week. So R4 Roofing and Exteriors closed the deal for $145,000 with Mr. Adam Broughton, who we spotlighted a couple of pods ago. That is a RevShare client.
That's a RevShare client out in Denver, and he had already closed business, I think, with them in month number 1. They had gotten a small project, $10,000, $20,000, something like that. So, yeah, he totaled it up. That's about $7,200 in commission.
Sheesh. So cool.
And then Techmar. Tanner has been working relentlessly for Techmar. They've got offices all down south, currently working for him in Houston. Waiting to send over a copy of the signed agreement, but he said it's around $2,000 a month.
Love that.
Biz. So that is awesome to see.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
That's a lot.
I mean, that's 1 week. There's 52 weeks in a year. That's one of them.
And they keep coming. I think Caden Mitchell was someone we had on a few weeks ago, and he's rattling off like $3 million worth of proposals.
Yeah.
And that's within 60 days, really, 60 to 90 days for a lot of those guys running those meetings. And it's like, Caden, imagine if you just never stopped. Like, run that situation out to its furthest end. And you just keep setting up banger meetings after banger meetings, and every 30 days you're generating $1 million, $2 million, $3 million worth of proposals for your client. Like, you're going to be better off than most business owners. And
I talked to Chris Hartman today at United Projects. We're talking about his renewal. He's going to be renewing with us. He said in his first year, him and Patrick Masterson have gotten out about $10 million worth of work.
Christ.
$10 million in 1 year.
That's incredible.
Like, where are you finding your leads? Because I mean, it's mind blowing and it's not. Like, but it's cool to see guys that have come after us when we were sales reps. You know, some of this, was a lot by trial and error.
Yeah,
like
100%.
We flubbed some stuff. I mean, but hey, we got the process down, and now we're gifting it to the guys that come after us. And you know what? Good for them.
That's awesome.
I want to see Blake close that big deal. I think he definitely is deserving of it. I want him to all close business, but yeah, commission, some of that stuff can change a guy's life.
Yeah, 100%. Well, that's a wrap on the recap for the day. I think last parting words before we go on to the weekend here, quick sales tip. One of the things I wanted to spotlight, one of our interns down at Cape Girardeau, Alex, who is absolutely crushing it down there. He has 4 appointments. When I started the pod, he might be on appointment number 5 today already, but he's doing something at an extremely high level that not only are his peers kind of learning how to do, but at that age, I mean, he is just taking the next step forward. And it's something I felt like it was important enough to share with the folks here. But what he's doing is he's really gotten good at identifying, just at a glance, what type of company would be a good buyer for our services.
Yeah.
And the reason why that's important is, any client, any HVAC company could prospectively sign up with us, right? But if you do almost 100% of your business is residential, you're probably not looking to take on a bunch of additional commercial work. So even if you sign up with us, a lot of times it's out of your wheelhouse, kind of a pain in the ass, because most of the time you do just residential. You're used to that. So we've really tried to focus in on honing in what our target market looks like. And Alex is doing an excellent job. He's got a couple of appointments today with actual mechanical contractors who do engineering services on commercial buildings. They do duct work. They do preventive maintenance plans, service plans. And it's just really, really good. So if you're out there, maybe you're not ready to, start working with us quite yet. You're a one-man shop. I think the easiest way that you can maximize your time on a pitch or time you're spending talking to prospects is just finding the ones you want to work with.
Sales tip. He set up a good one yesterday. To touch on Alex, we had a roofer in San Antonio that I talked to that he was able to get a hold of. Actually called back and rescheduled it because the guy missed the first one. It literally, he's like, this is exactly what I want. He's the managing member.
Sure.
So he's not the owner. Right. But the owner, he's like, yeah, let me talk to him. He's like, I'm going to call him when we get off the phone, and I'll probably touch base with you next week. And I said, hey, ball's in your court.
That's it.
I'm not going to follow up with you. I'll remind you about the deadline in an email, but hey, sign up when you're ready. So Alex is doing good. And with that, I'm going to get back on the phones.
That's it.
I got more people that want to talk. So if you do, go to arsenalbg.com and hit the start button. Schedule a call with me if you'd like to talk, or just watch the self-guided sales meeting. Then customize an agreement and sign up.
Boom.
That's it. I love it.
Arsenal out.
Arsenal out.